choking, getting sick off sugar, stick that thick. But the candy queen, she takes it down with the lick of her lips. Don't be lying, guys. She's got you mesmerized from looking in her eyes, the way you look at her thighs. Dara's hot and she likes candy. That's really all I'm trying to communicate here. Eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop, a latent, hungry kitty monster. If you're jumping, homie, getting like us. Everybody wants a little piece of that candy ass. She's eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop, a latent, hungry kitty monster. If you're jumping, homie, getting like us. Everybody wants a little piece of that candy ass. Oh, right, sweet stuff, calorie power will purpose. And when she swerves on by, all your wife is getting nervous. Hiding my heart within a secret compartment stand. The number of fingers you want to stick inside his armpits. Want some comfort food, what you been eating? She got the milk duds, fine vines, itching for breathing. Naturally sweet, not a drop of synthetic. Dig into the spread and eat until I'm diabetic. She's copacetic, always chilling, never lazy, just ecstatic, energetic with a little bit of crazy. She works it up and though she doesn't keep track, whatever, everything left over goes up top and in the back. And when you wanna pop the question, don't be bringing a rock. Get down on your knees, son, and show her that ring pop. She's sucking on it and she ain't gonna stop. You know you gave it cherry flavor, now that cherry's getting popped. Eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop, a latent, hungry kitty monster. If you're jumping, homie, getting like us. Everybody wants a little piece of that candy ass. She's eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop, a latent, hungry kitty monster. If you're jumping, homie, getting like us. Everybody wants a little piece of that candy ass. Alright, so this song was written by my dick. So if it sucks, don't be too hard on him. Don't ride him too much. Yeah, stop and give me something for my blood sugar drops. Man, the candy shop's closed and my heart's gonna stop. My stomach's gone numb, it's got me weak in the knees. I need to snack up to get back up, but I'm easy to please. And then she struts on by with that look in her eye. My hunger gets me so hard that I'm ready to cry. My sweet tooth's aching as I pass a pristine hourglass full of sugar called the calorie queen. She's got a wide selection, carries every flavor. Yo, we could do this now, but we could also do it later. She takes one last bite, recite the crumbs on her chest, and with the wing she asks if I want the rest. Eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop, a latent, hungry kitty monster. If you're jumping, homie, getting like us. Everybody wants a little piece of that candy ass. She's eating like it's copulating, no one's gonna stop her. She's a crazy lollipop.
And hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good Sunday today. Here to watch the Zombie Survival Cat in another afternoon of trying to survive in Project Zomboid with me. That's right, we made a character that's as close to me as we can make it, and we are trying to make it through the zombie apocalypse through that. I have died many times, well, a few times, but we are making progress. I also realize I've been kind of focusing a little bit on the wrong things. I've been focusing on shoring up this... I've been focusing on sort of turning this fire station into a home for us, when in reality what I should be doing is just making more concerted efforts to clear out the prison, which is our stated goal. Meow, 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 meow. Hey Raven, how are you today? So, our goal for today is going to be, let's see if we can make some progress in that goal. One thing I have learned playing this in other saves is that you do have to watch your weight. You could actually get what's called the underweight flaw or perk, whatever you want to call it, which would be not a good thing, because you hit less hard, you can't carry as much stuff, all that kind of thing. I've also added a mod where we can I'm good. How did your Sweden I hope your Sweden trip went well. I hope you got to see all the things and do all the things. Was I reading a book or something? I don't know. We want to wait until daylight to so we're going to sit down and read for a little bit. Wait, so you went all the way to Sweden to get groceries? You don't really have groceries that you can use of your own? Oh, okay. Well, that's not that big a deal then. Never mind. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I'm drowsy. Okay. Well, we're gonna sleep until I'm not drowsy then. I see. I mean, as long as you can, you know... Yeah, so... Oh, excuse me. Kind of similarly... I'm actually going to... Where is my digital watch? I know I have it on me. There it is. We're going to set an alarm for 8 a.m. And then sleep. Got a good 4 hours of sleep on the character. Yeah, so where I live, we have sales tax. And it's pretty onerous. The state next to us does not have sales tax. Say hello to our little pet Zombo. The state next to us does not have sales tax. A lot of people, especially when doing major purchases, will drive to the next state in order to I'm just going to eat all of this ice cream. We'll drive to the next state in order to avoid the sales tax. That's not really an option for me because unlike 30 minutes, it's like an hour and a half for me to do that drive. But it's still, you know, for some things, it's still worth it for me to make that trip. All right, let's see if there's any zombies around. Nope. All right, we're gonna take a trip over to the prison and see if we can start clearing that space out. I mean, what's not to understand? The government has to be able to fund things, so you know you kind of need to have taxes, because otherwise the government doesn't get any money. I don't mind, like... Okay, so I actually don't mind paying taxes. Like, it's part of your civic duty, but it also... Government needs to function, and government needs funds in order to function. So the idea of paying taxes has never really been something that I thought was a big deal in and of itself. I just like, want those taxes applied equitably, and they are used for things that are useful to everybody as a whole. So that's my thing about taxes. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, are the taxes being applied equitably? Is it being used for things that are good for everybody? Well, I mean, if you've lived in a state long enough, you kind of get a good idea of what those taxes are. But yeah, for the most part, you kind of don't get an exact number until we're at the register. Ah, whoops! I hit my truck. Okay, we're gonna park here. Oop. We're gonna park back here. And that way we have access to our water and our food and stuff, and we can start clearing zombies. Well, I mean, it usually takes an act of the local legislature, so it's a law thing. Like, there's federal. Okay, so in the United States, we have income tax, which is federal. That is imposed by, the government, the federal government, the big everybody in the United, if you live in the United States, you pay this. It goes to the central government, all that stuff. But then you have state government. And state government can I'm going to turn the volume up on the desktop a little bit. State government can also impose taxes as well. And those taxes, of course, are imposed by the state with various effects and rates. So you're always kind of dealing with both state and federal income tax, and they're kind of regulated by two different groups. All right, time for the fight. Now to make it even worse. Okay, so there's federal income tax, or there's federal tax. There's state tax, and then individual cities or counties can have tax as well. So yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that honestly is a better way to do things, but of course, but the problem. Oh, okay. There. Is that a little bit better? Okay. The problem with... Oh, I don't have leather gloves on. I want those. Kind of the problem with the United States is that since there are so many different taxes at so many different levels, it's really hard you can't have... It's like... Every store in every county in every region would have a different set of price tags for all of their products. And when you've got sort of national... sure, we'll wear that. We'll wear that. And when you've got national chains and things like that, all sort of managing their own thing, it sort of becomes... how do I put this? Basically, corporations be cheap, and they don't want to have to print out different price tags for every different region, and every different locality, and every different store. So a company will set the price like as a standard retail price. And then, since every single city, state, region, whatever, has their own taxes or no taxes, it gets applied at checkout. Does that make a little more sense? Or am I... Also, of course, corporations are greedy, and they don't want to, they don't want to pay for the sales taxes. They don't want to eat that cost. So, sure, they could just say $30 is $30, and we're gonna pay for that. We're gonna eat that cost to make sure $30 is $30. But corporations be greedy and aren't going to do that. It's the same reason tariffs, despite tariffs, are not paid by manufacturers. They're paid by the people who buy the end product. Because it is a weird system. Absolutely, it's a weird system. And it is a predatory system. It's a system that's built to, put as much of the onus on the buyer as possible, It's the entire goal is to make the buyers pay as much of it as they can, so the company doesn't have to. What we're doing here is I'm trying to clear, before we clear the inside of the prison where it's all probably crowded walls and all that stuff. We're closed in spaces, potentially crowded space with lots of zombos. I'm trying to clear the outside first, just make the perimeter a little bit more secure. Clear as many of the zombos from outside as we can, so that way we don't have to deal with them coming from the outside to the inside in case we also have to escape. Because if we have to run really fast, I don't want to have zombos creeping up on me, right? Because who wants that, right? Individual zombos, those are easy enough to handle. We'll just, you know, step on them. Alright, then we're gonna sit on the ground for a moment, catch our breath, while those zombies don't notice us. But yeah, it's... And of course, since I sell things, I always have to be conscious of... of what I'm, you know, of taxes as well. Because I have to be aware of both what I'm charging and where I'm charging them. So I'm, you know, so when I sell things, I have to collect sales tax as well. I have to collect it, and then quarterly, I have to pay the government what I've collected. So there's that as well. And because I'm a little dumb, I forgot to bring food on this little outing. So we're going to have to deal with being hungry for a bit. At least until I can find something else to eat. Yes, we have to do our own taxes, and we pay them to the government. And that happens once a year. If you're regularly employed, that generally happens once a year. If you're like me and you're self-employed, you can either do it once a year, or you can also do it quarterly. Meaning once a quarter I can basically guess how much taxes I should pay and pay it to the government. And if I'm wrong and I overpay at the end of the year, they pay me back. And if I'm right and at the end of the year, and if I don't pay enough at the end of the year, they take I have to pay them more. So yeah, in many ways, we're behind the times on how to handle taxes. Because, I mean, anyone who is in the United States who is employed with a company, that company sends your taxes sends your taxes in to the government. Like, that's not, that just happens. So theoretically, the feds could just send you a bill and you'd be done with it. And here is what I was worried about. This is why we are clearing the outside before we go inside. That duffel bag's going to be a nice upgrade for my backpack, though. here, little duffel bag. Can we... No, we can't. One thing I wish you could do in this game that it doesn't do easily is like transfer from one bag to another. That's just something that it should be able to do. Did I not wear the bulletproof vest? Why did it not wear the bulletproof vest? Yes, I guess I just didn't have time to wear it. There we go. Into the duffel bag with you. And sure, we'll put the school bag in there as well. But yeah, it's to say annoying would be a good way to put it. Yeah, no. I mean, you know, most, shall we say, civilized countries basically do it that way. Most civilized countries do it the way you're describing. But apparently, we are not... Now, and of course, here's the other thing. So... really, what this whole system... what this whole system means basically what this whole system means is that it's really, really easy. Well, not really easy, but it promotes fraud, honestly. People who are good at hiding money are going to always have an easier time with it than, you know, sort of average people who don't know how to do that kind of thing. Ow, 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 no, fuck! Well... that particular version of me lasted quite a long time. I guess I will just have to get back to my firehouse and re-equip and have another go at it. So where did I end up? I ended up down there. Okay, that's not that bad. It does mean I'm going to have to run back to the prison to get my truck, though, which is annoying. It was my fault. I should have cleared more space. I should have not cleared more space, but I should have made more space between me and the zombies. And that's the thing about this game is you miss once and you kind of get overwhelmed. But we should be fine. I just need to re-equip. The part that's annoying, of course, is that I lost all the skills that I'd built up. All the carpentry skills and all those skills. But I should be able to get those back. In the future, I'll probably look for some office stuff, because office stuff can be used to office stuff can be used to make what's called can be used to make a skill journal. And a skill journal basically lets you get your skills back. You get to record your XP in there and get it back. So nope, crap condition. We're not going to use it. Drop. We will, however, take... Where are they? We will take your military boots. Drop. So, now I just need to find something I can use to get... I need to find a reasonable weapon to go back and... Scalpel, tweezer, scissors, medical mask. I basically need to go back and retrieve my stuff. Let's just grab some adhesive, bandages, and we'll grab a painkiller, a set of painkillers for the road. I will say that is, however, why I also parked the van as far away as I did, because I wanted to be able to come back and... It's a poor quality wrench. I don't want to use that if I don't have to. Yeah. And we will... What quality is that hammer? Not very good. Not very good there either. We want to keep at least one shovel. I'll attach... Actually, the axe that I'm using should be enough for whatever we encounter. Especially since I'm basically going there to kill my stuff and take back my stuff. What I do want is some kind of jacket or shirt or something. Sure. We'll wear the denim shirt. It's something. It's quick and dirty, but should be usable. So, Raven, what did you end up I mean, you went shopping. Was it mostly just for, like, food and stuff, or did you have something in specific you were getting? Alright, let's go back to the prison and see about getting my stuff back. Or at the very least, getting my truck. I probably should have brought food. Let's go grab some food and water. Oh, there's another axe in there. Good. Let's remember to bring some food and water on this little journey, shall we? Or at least, you know. So, yeah, see, I'm already... Very cute. And nice. Good for you. Drink. Sure, we'll grab an orange soda for the road and some chips. Again, the goal is not to be eat the healthiest, but just to get some, make sure I have liquid and food and liquid when I go on my trip. When do you go to Manchester again, if you don't mind me asking? It's soon, right? Like a couple weeks? Next week? Something like that? Lady, what are you doing here? April 14th, so yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, now at least I know what time it is. It's gonna be dark by the time we get there, but I believe as long as there's power, there'll be lights on at the prison. So that part's not a problem. And now the long walk back to the prison. Dodging zombos on the way. Because I don't want to waste time killing these zombos. These zombos can go about their business. They're slower than me anyway, so, you know. Yes, Zombo. Yes, sir. You can go about your business. Yes, sir. Feel free. Go about your business. The only drawback to doing this is that by doing it this way, I'm kind of training the horde over towards the prison, which means that eventually we're going to have to deal with that. But, you know. My mistake in my last self, in my last clone, which was clone 4, I think, where I think we're on Professor 5 right now. Professor 5 or Professor 4? Might be Professor 4. Why don't we be generous and say this is Professor 4? There you go, chat. You can keep track of how many clones I go through. This is Professor 4. But yeah, the biggest disadvantage here is we're going to be pulling them. We're going to be kind of pulling extra zombos towards the prison, which, more to clear eventually, I suppose. But once we get there, our goal is going to be to find my old self and pick up the stuff I had on the body, because I had some good stuff in there. Oh, that's already open. I mean, yes, it's also going to be to kill more zombos, but drink a bit of my orange soda. There I am. With a lot fewer of us. So let's actually trail these guys. This is a lot more controllable an amount of zombos. Or not. Okay. Alrighty. On to Professor number 5. Prof 4 is dead. Long live Prof 5. I'm also dropping a lot of axes around. That's annoying. But I should be able to handle that. I don't want to lose that many axes. I will take it a little bit slower with the whole... Oh, we can do that. Add... Oh, no, not seen. Plus... Text. Really not that big. Thank you, game. Too small. You want it to be like 124? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Oh, whoops. Yes. I know we're taking time up here, but we're going to text, add existing. No, create new. Memory 124. Dink. Clone count. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? There was a firefighter in there with some pants. There are boots. We don't want t-shirts. Inspect. They're in good condition. At this point, I'm gonna skip trying to. Well, is there someone over here who has a long sleeve t-shirt? Yeah, I'm gonna skip the long sleeve. It did not seem to help. I'm also gonna skip the helmet until I recover one of my bodies. Okay. Let's take a look. Cute. That's cute. So I have a friend who turns squishmallows into backpacks. So they'll take the big size squishmallows and turn them into backpacks. Or if they're not salvageable, they'll make frankenmallows, and they'll just like stitch parts of the squishmallows together, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I agree. It's fun. Okay, so new plan is I am going to try to I still need to get my zombie corpses out of there. I also need to find the other axes that I left behind, because axes are a valuable commodity in this game. But I might just go for my pickup truck first. Maybe? And see about... And see about maybe if there's anything in there. I don't think there's anything there that's going to really change my ability to survive, but... Okay, no, you just have a hoodie wrapped around your waist. I don't want that. Or do I? Hoodies are a little bit of protection. Not with this many zombos around. So, on the other side of things, this weekend, I finished up pretty much everything on my quote-unquote have-to-get-done list for my upcoming convention that I'm going to be vending at, which is nice. It means that I can move on to some of the things that I've been sort of wanting to try. Try some of the more experimental things I've been wanting to try. It also means I can do things that are a little bit more fun. Although, what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't call... that's still a big pack. Let's see if I can... Okay, there's a group coming up behind me, so we're gonna walk along the edge of the fence here and see if we can get someone to get on the... Basically, my goal here is to kind of break up the zombies into some more manageable groups. I forgot to grab water. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically cut across here and get them to spread out a little bit. And then one of them snuck up behind me. Because of course that's how it would work. RIP Prof number 5. Yep. Ideally, I could find a car, and then I would just take the car and run them all over. But that's likely going to happen. I am, however, done sacrificing axes to attempting to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over there. I'll grab something to drink from the firehouse, but I'm going to run over there, find one of the axes that's on the ground, because we've dropped 3 of them now, and zombos don't hold on to axes when you drop things, or don't hold on to things when you kill them, or when you... Right, when you become a zombo, you drop anything you were holding. So I'm gonna grab a bottle of water, swap my sneakers out for some boots, because I know there's a few pairs laying in the because boots are always useful. And then we'll head back and go looking for axes. And then I will head to the pickup truck. And I will attempt to use what I can there. And I will keep doing this until I recover my equipment, because I'm stubborn. And I also realize, hello Origin, how are you today? Are you doing some Beat Saber mapping today, or are you playing some games, or are you just chilling and having a good Sunday? Ah. I am proving... Yeah. I am proving that I am more stubborn than zombos, is what I am proving. Okay, we're going to stick this up and leave this here so I can see when the axe pops up quickly and grab it. So, Origin, my stated goal of this run is to clear and occupy the prison. I was doing okay until I shouted and attracted a swarm too big to handle, and they said, "Oh, you want a swarm? How about we swarm you?" And now I've spent three bodies trying to recover my stuff from the prison. Clone 6 overall for this Clone 6 for this particular campaign. We've burned through 3 today. Because, again, I am stubborn, and until I get my stuff back, I will keep doing this. Was there anything incredibly super valuable in that stuff? No. But that said, I also, well, the axes are tough to lose. But also, since the goal is to clear out the prison anyway, I have to kill these zombos eventually. I just maybe need a more efficient way of doing it. Yeah, you're so angry, so mean. I will have to deal with those zombies eventually as well. Okay, so where was the last place that I died where I can find... All I want is my axe. If any of you see the axe pop up, please let me know. I could have sworn there was... Alright, so... Since I cannot find my an axe, the next option is to go for my pickup truck. Ooh, that's a nice big pack. So is that. And we have an ad coming up in a minute. I will do my best not to do anything too momentous while I'm... on ads, but I cannot guarantee that. Bink, bink. Okay, so what have I got in the back of my truck? I've got a meat cleaver. On the bright side, the meat cleaver is a very fast weapon. On the downside, it is not a very strong weapon. Okay. We will wear the police motorcycle helmet. And we're going to equip. Let's see if it actually has ammo in it. Shotgun shells, none. Okay, well, then you're going to the ground, because we can't use you. How about you? Do you have any pistol shots in you? Yes. Yes, this means we are making a lot of noise, because that's what a gun does, but... Actually... Nah, let's just... Let's stick with our primary. I did grab an orange soda, so we'll drink some of that. Honestly, if I'd had the shotgun, I might have considered using guns, but this is way too loud and we don't want the entire prison coming at us. We're going to drop that. Ideally, what we want is like a... Ideally, what we want is like a nightstick or something like that. If we can. Alright, we're just gonna get in the truck and we're gonna sit here for a little bit. We're gonna sit here until our exhaustion kind of goes away a little bit. Oop. I have not played Repo. I have seen it played, but I have not actually played it myself. Would I play it? I think I would. I think it'd be fun. I think that'd be a fun game to play. But you really do need to play it as a group. Which usually means, like, pickup play isn't quite as good for it, I think. It'd be one of those things where I put it on my schedule and then chat could come in and play with me, is I think how I would handle that. Really? What time? You know what a cleaver is good for? Chopping meat. I'm obviously doing a lot better this time. Oh, that's right. I need to recover my key, the key to this car from my original death. Are you streaming it, Raven, or are you not streaming it? I need to find my original clone, because my original clone is the one that has the key to the truck. Yep, there goes my... Drop the meat cleaver, equip the hand axe. Whew. I was hoping the cleaver would last longer than that, but... Wait, one of those was... Oh, that's just that, yeah. Alright, then we have... There's... me... Well, the old me, anyway. Or one of my clones, I should say. Sure, we'll wear them. Thank you. Yeesh. Oh, really? Great. Now I have the helicopter to deal with. Well, I kind of can't avoid this, so I will just deal with it. But basically what the helicopter does is the helicopter, like, circles you. It's like, oh, look, a survivor. But really all it does is it attracts all the zombos in the area. And then it never goes away. See? Zombos. stupid, worthless helicopter. Yeah, if only at least that would, you know, be interesting. Alright, I gotta sit on the ground. Sit on the ground for a little bit and regain my stamina. But basically, the helicopter will circle you effectively all day. Hey, there's the original me, I think. Yep, that's the original me. Yay! Alright, so we're not using those, we're not using those. I'm going to wear that on my left wrist. We're going to equip this on my back. We're going to inspect this to see if the jacket's okay. It's still in okay condition. The arms are fine, we'll wear it. It's something. Let's get back to me. That. Need that. All right, that's a lot better. Drop that. Drop that. Yeah, zombie copter. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very slowly work my way back to the parking lot and see if I can find any of the axes that I have dropped. Because those axes are actually very valuable to have. Also, hello, dragon. Good to see you. I am also going to sit on the ground for a little bit. Just to recover my health. Alright, my stamina. And yeah, Raven, like, the zombie copter is one of the more annoying things going on here. So the other thing I want to change out is I'm wearing... Okay, my hand axe is getting used up. I'd prefer to use my nightstick because a nightstick is only a weapon, whereas a hand axe is also a tool. And using your tools to chop up zombies sometimes gets not great. Looks like I'm not going to get the chance to recover my breath for long anyway. I'm okay with these 1s and 2s of zombies showing up because, you know, those I can actually handle. But again, I'm going to rely on you, chat. If you see an axe on the ground, call it out. Let me know where it is, because I know there's at least 2 or 3 in this parking lot, and I'd prefer not to lose them if I can help it. But I also want to take it slow and not get caught out again. Lots of zombos on the wall. See, this is what the helicopter does. The helicopter basically does this. I see an axe. Yes, please. Getting at least 1 axe back was very, very important. To me, at least. Now we're going to slowly... Oop. Some of those zombos have found pathing to me. That's what that means. Yeah, we're not gonna... This is when you just need a Molotov, like a Molotov cocktail, and just chuck it in there and run them around for a bit. Whoops, there they all go. Now they all go around the fence. But this should tell you how many zombos we have to clear to make this place safe. It's a lot. So what I am going to do is I'm going to basically start knocking them down where I can, and then pulling back so I don't get too many stocked up on me. That's too many. I'm going to take off running. So I am both exhausted and starting to get tired. Oh, I'm up to moderate exhaustion. Okay. Which means it's time to get out of here. That also means I want to cut off the zombies' pathing as much as I can. And a lot of these zombies must have come from inside the building, because we did not have to deal with them on when I was coming this direction before. So I'm betting if the helicopter did anything, what the helicopter did do was pull a lot of the zombies out of the prison. Look how many zombies are on the box side of the prison walls, too. That's a lot of zombies we're going to have to deal with. I think I'm going to have to come up with a new approach. So my new approach either has to be grabbing a couple cars, maybe finding some new cars, and using them to just run over zombies. Or I need to find some Molotov cocktails and start burning zombies out. Now, luckily, Molotov cocktails are actually pretty easy to make. But I also need a lighter, which I'm not sure I have. Also on the bright side, I mean, I have all the supplies and stuff stacked up. Back to the fire department. All right. Home sweet home, sort of. I don't think there's anything in here I particularly need to take out of the car. Oh, the lighter is... So the lighter is one of the components you need to make Molotov cocktails. Let's drink the remainder of the orange soda. Okay. Hello. We need to name that. We need to name our pet zombie, chat. What do you think our pet zombie should be named? Why don't we just take the miscellaneous stuff and put it in here for now? Yeah. Down here. He's trapped behind the staircase. See? There he is. It's hard to see him when he's See? Pet Zombo. Carl. But Carl. Sure, we'll call him Carl. Yeah, I'm also hungry. There's another. So for reference, bourbon you can make into a malted cocktail by you can make bourbon into a malted cocktail with rags. I need to find more cooking. I need to raid more houses. I didn't realize I didn't have any real cooking implements. Like cooking tools. I guess maybe that'll be tomorrow instead. We'll do some house raiding tomorrow is what we'll do instead. Let's no alarm there. No alarm there. You don't want to go to bed quite yet because we're in this weird position where it's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's kind of like, do we really want to go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? What I do need to do is I need to start rebuilding my carpentry skill. So why don't we need a garden saw or a saw? Okay. Alright, well we've got our task for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be to raid some of the houses nearby and find some tools and some find tools and yeah, probably some extra food, but mostly tools. Tools and cooking implements. Ooh, good planks. We need those. I failed to produce any usable materials. That's okay. For now, we'll put... Oh, no, wait. We're putting materials downstairs. That's right. Zombie Carl. Yeah, I want to put the tool... I want to put the hand axe downstairs as well. Carl gives us a little jump scare every time we come by. He spawned there. I have no idea. Like, that's just where he spawned. So, Carl's been here since the beginning. He apparently was the original resident of this firehouse. Excuse me for that yawn. Nails we'll put in the bag. Planks we won't worry about. We can collect those later. This is... So, I do need to find some notebooks and some other things because... As I said, one of the mods that I added allows you to have a journal. And your journal lets you record your skills. So next time you bring up a clone, you can... not have to rebuild all of your skills again. Which, you know, obviously can get a bit annoying. I failed to produce any useful stuff. That's okay. We're not trying to produce useful stuff. We're just chugging along. We'll probably go to sleep soon, but for now I'm just... Ooh, instrument. I just don't want to go to bed while it's, you know, really early. Nails is good. So can I pick up this lamp? No. Okay, so the lamp is a fixed thing. That's okay. Good to know. Okay, now I am thoroughly exhausted, so we will sleep. I also could have sworn I had a crowbar at somewhere, but doesn't seem like I can... Thought I did. Apparently I didn't. Since it's still not light out and I don't want to go roaming around in the dark, I will continue to disassemble miscellaneous things. I only need one of these beds. I'm okay with Carl being our pet Zombo. Just hanging out there and having a good time watching me run back and forth. He gets to jump scare me every time I wander by. To me, he's having a good old time. Oh, I get that. So, you know, Lori and I have been playing multiplayer. And Lori will... So, I will say this about this game. This game is very frustrating when you're first learning it. It has a very steep learning curve. Some of the interface choices are not the best either. So... sometimes that gets you into trouble, and you kind of have it's a game you kind of have to get used to and get into, and then it really starts shining. And It's... So, in many ways, I'm playing this game... Kind of imagine this as a more deadly version of Stardew Valley. In that it's a pretty chill... I mean, it's a pretty chill game. It has kind of a steep learning curve. You do have to deal with that. Okay, so for carpentry, what can you make? Wall, door, stairs, bar, furniture, shelves, small bookcase, 3 planks. All right, well, let's try the double shelves. I've done that more than I'd like to admit. So, you have my sympathies. I, in fact, did that yesterday. So, you are in good company there, Raven. Carpentry. Furniture. Double shelves. Yay, I did it! Now what did that do for my skills? A little bit. They don't have a lot of storage, but oh well. Okay, so sunlight's coming up. Let's see about heading to do some scouting and find some kitchen utensils. Because we really don't have enough. We don't have the proper kitchen utensils to be doing the things we need to do. So we'll put. No, that's the weapon shelf. Oops. No. So you can go there, and you can go in there. Right, so what do I need for the journal? No, it's skill recovery journal. Leather strips. Leather strips, empty notebook. Okay. I think to get leather strips, I need to be able to carry. I need to carry a scissors or a knife with me. So I need to find a pair of scissors or a knife that I can carry with me. I have my a broken axe there. I guess I will go looking for a scissors or a knife. We're not actually going far, so I'm not going to bother with taking the car. Why risk the truck if I don't have to? We're just going to these buildings behind the fire station to try and find stuff. Why are you scared? Why do you get scared to sleep when the dryer is running? Okay, I mean, that's a very low chance as long as you're keeping your... Are you keeping your dryer, your lint filter clear? If so, then that's a very low chance, just so you know. Ooh, empty notebook. That is one of the things I needed. On the scale of things to worry about or things you don't really have to worry about, honestly, I don't... That classifies as one of those things that is pretty low on the... Yeah, I get that. I get that entirely. Ooh, ketchup. I will eat a whole lime. I will take all the the canned stuff as long as I'm here. I'm not going to be excessively picky on this one. This is all right near where right near the firehouse, so I'm really not stressed about, you know, grabbing all the stuff. Beer. Beer. Ideally, what I'd like to find is I'd like to find a crowbar. As I said, I'm looking for the cooking stuff that I don't have. Something leather that I can cut into strips for a scissors or something like that with a scissors. Ha! Knew you were there. Yeah, I get that. On the bright side, yeah. It's that whole, you know, it's that whole unreasonable fear thing. You know it's an it's like, you know it's an unreasonable fear, but still, you don't want to risk it. Red Philly underpants. Lots of pistols. No, it'll be good for you. Think of it this way. So it'll be good for you because it'll be a way for you to kind of get control of some of your anxiety. And challenge yourself in the things that, you know, you're kind of used to doing. You're not showing yourself that, or proving to yourself that things aren't as overwhelming as they have to be. Because believe me, I was kind of the same way. As I said, I was a very, you know, sort of cliche self-loathing geek boy. until I hit like 30. And believe me when I say you don't want to be stuck there until you don't want to be like that until you're 30. All right, back to the fire station. Drop off this stuff. I'm over. Before I go back into my house, we're gonna deal with you. No zombie left head crushed. So our goal now is to drop off all this stuff. I want to scan all these zombies for, now that I have scissors, for tailoring components, because that's not something I've done before. I did before, but I need to do it for the notebook and just for general repairs. Oh, you might as well eat all of those chips. Oh, that's a spare nightstick I have. Oh, I thought that was like the nightstick I had on my side. Nope, that's a spare nightstick. We like having spares. What else have I got in here? Plank can go in there. And rope can go in there. Thought I had another plank. Hello, Carl. No, you don't get to have a bite out of me today. But I appreciate your enthusiasm. Who doesn't like an enthusiastic Carl, right? Oh, that's right. We need to find a lot of things. We also need to, for example, find... we need to get a generator. We need to find a place to hook up a generator. We need to find the book/magazine that lets us hook up a generator, which always struck me as dumb. Don't need the lighter right now. Still don't really have... Well, I have a frying pan and a griddle pan. I can do some things with that. Yes. Yes, I can create stir fry. Good. I can do stir-fried peanuts. And I'll be able to do more once I open up a lot of these containers. All those go in there. All right. This is the sort of... This is kind of the domestic part of this game. This is very much the case of like, oh, well, here's all the miscellaneous like stuff you need to do to live. How ambitious of you to want to take out to kill the entirety of the, you know, How ambitious of you to want to... Wow, I blanked my thought. To kill the entire population of the prison. But until you can get to that point, why don't you sit here and tear jeans for denim strips so you can do some tailoring and keep your stuff in good condition? And ideally I'm hoping for some leather. I need to find some leather here, but... like that. You want denim, you want leather. So jeans are good. But preferably... yeah, no, I can't. Those aren't leather, so I can't make them out of leather. I can't make them out of anything. Okay. Okay, so I did, I think, get enough to make my journal? Hopefully? Carl. Hey, Carl. Pause TV just increases your mood is what that does. We'll see if Life and Living does anything. Alright, so we should be able to clean all. Come over here. I think I dropped the notebooks in here. Yep. Alright, let us make the skill recovery journal. Nice. I need a pen. Great. I think I have pens somewhere else. We'll put you up here. We'll put you up here. Thought I had pens somewhere? Maybe in one of the offices? Ooh, Carl, you're so scary. Ooh, scary Carl. Ooh, scary Carl. Oh, I still have a corpse here. Whoops. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. You don't want one of those hanging out in the area. There we go. This'll take a little bit of time. We'll speed it up. Okay, so effectively what I just did there is I took all the XP I've earned and put it in a journal. So the next time my clone comes out, I'll be able to read it and get my stuff back. Hey, Sakura, how are you today? I hope you're having a good one. I am, however, losing weight, so I need to eat high-calorie stuff. Because I am burning a lot of high-calorie stuff, of high calories. So... the problem is a lot of these don't have their nutritional information on them. So I suppose I will just eat... I'll eat some highs. Okay. I will take a look. I will take a look after stream. Hey, Carl. I am getting a little tired. That's okay. It's only 3 in the afternoon. Why would you be getting sleepy? Alright, next house. Looking for more cooking stuff. Particularly a nice water pot that we can do something with. Preferably. Hello, my zombie friends. There we go. So if I remember correctly, I actually might have another car I can use to go after the zombies at the prison. Propane tanks are useful. Boxes of nails are always useful. Thank you for the axe. Ooh, it's pretty badly... Hey, any axe is a good axe. I have all of those. Alright. Garbage bags I've discovered are worth keeping because you can make water catch devices with them. ES maps? What do you mean by... I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by ES maps specifically. There's what we needed. Oh, extrasensory maps. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. I hope you discovered something useful. Mustard. Condiments are worth... it's... Oh, no, it's fresh, uncooked, and frozen. Condiments are gold in the zombie apocalypse. A keytar. Nice. Well, I mean, some of them have been good, some of them have been bad. Like, it's not I like them all or I don't like them all. They're definitely, I take them on a case-by-case basis. I like what people can do with them. I think it's very cool what they can do with them. But by themselves, they're, you know, I can give or take. Honestly. Alright, I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so we're just going to grab some of this, a little bit of this stuff, and head back to base to do a little bit of stuff around the base, and then crash out. And let my character sleep. I would say I kind of agree with you, Raven. There are more meh maps than there are great maps. And I absolutely can appreciate them trying, but like, yeah, I have to agree with you there. For the most part, I have not been overly impressed by a lot of the ES maps. I do need to get more garbage cans. Or garbage bags. Oops, nope. I need at least 4, I think, to do a rain catch. Empty bucket's worth... Well, I know I have it, so that's fine. Hello, any garbage down here? Nope. I will have to... blah 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 blah. We're going to do a little cooking because we have not done cooking before. And I want to make a good meal for our friend here. So let's take some canned peas. Open one of the things of canned peas. And we'll do something nice and simple. We will do a frying pan. We're going to create a stir fry from... using salmon. And add a random nut. And a random and opened canned peas. Drop that. And pepper. Peanut and canned pea stir fry. And we'll put that in there. Turn it on. Don't forget to feed Carl. Yeah. Sakura, I don't think I'm afraid of change. It's that it comes down to maps need to be good. Simply put, maps need to be good before you start just throwing things at them. So, like... So it's not a case of, I think... So it's not a case of, I'm afraid of new maps or I don't like new maps. There are definitely some ES2 maps that I've really enjoyed. Because the maps were fun and I could enjoy playing them before I, you know... Before I had to do something like, before they started throwing all of the special ES effects at me. That's kind of what it came down to with me. We'll eat half the salmon peanut. Honestly, that sounds like a good stir fry to me. Like, salmon, peanut, stir fry. That all sounds really tasty to me. We are going to grab the empty cooking pot, though, and we're going to fill it. Well, we're going to fill all of it, actually, but... But the main reason we're filling all this stuff is because we want to sterilize everything. Sakura, why are you insulting Raven's opinion? There's no reason for you to raid to insult Raven's opinion. It's my opinion too. I believe a lot of them just aren't enjoyable. Like, people put a lot of time and effort into the effects and not enough into the quality of the map. And that's just kind of a fact. Yeah, that's exactly it. That is exactly the... that is exactly the thing. Like... Also, Sakura, as I've said before, I do not have a problem with then you didn't have to. Like, you didn't have to relay that from the other streamer. what I was going to say was... Well, I just drew a blank. Oh, wow, my brain is... I do not mind debates. So, argue, discussions, all that stuff, I love those. Those are really useful and really helpful to the overall conversations. But please do not insult someone's opinion, or please do not insult someone during a debate. So, like, saying, hey, that's a massive L opinion is insulting. Please don't do that. Sakura, what I'm saying, Sakura, is you didn't have to. You could have just said, I disagree with that opinion, or another streamer I'm watching disagrees with that opinion. Both of those would have been fair things to say, and would have been completely appropriate. Yeah, exactly. I am, for reference, what I'm doing with this little outing that I'm doing today is, if I remember correctly, I left a car at the gas station that was that had gas. So I'm going to head over there and pick it up and bring it back to the firehouse for now, with the goal of I might collect 3 or 4 cars if I can, and use the cars to like squish as many zombies as I can at the jail. Yep, there are ways you can convey your opinion or a debate or anything like that without being rude to another person. If you'd like. I mean, again, it kind of comes down to opinion. Okay, so that's a laundry. That's a dead end. We're not going to go there anymore. What is this? This is... Ooh, that's a grocery store. I'll have to stop by there. All right. It's a double-floored grocery store. So, one thing that you have to kind of realize as you get older is it kind of doesn't Like... Sakura, what you realize when you get older is that when you convey an opinion, most people, when they convey an opinion, it's because they agree with that opinion. If you didn't agree with Tiny Pob, would you have given us the exact, would you have told us the same thing? You sure about that? Let's see what... This is all going to be rotten stuff. We can look. Yeah, this is all rotten. Should have gotten here earlier. That's okay. We can still pick up stuff from... Alright. Understandable, Raven. Chicken steak. Oh, this is rotten and uncooked. That's fine. I'm going to go get my car and come back here and we'll scout it out then. That is some zombies that I don't want to deal with, so we'll go the other direction. Yeah, Sakura, I mean, I don't know how, again, I don't know how old you are. I know how old you claim to be, but, you know, I don't know how old you are. But you do have to, like, you do have to take responsibility for your actions, and I'm giving you sort of one more chance to sort of basically, I'm giving you another chance to be nice. That's all I really want, is for people to be nice to each other. Be a bit nice, be polite. I forget, was there a mechanics magazine in here? I want one if they have one. I'm seeing no. Propane torch is something we will want. I know I saw a propane torch somewhere else, but I don't know where. Or a propane tank, which will be needed for that propane torch. Did I find a generator for this? Yes, I did. So I did find a generator. I still need to figure out how to connect the generator. So that is something I need to do. So this is our little station wagon. We're going to use this. We're going to use it and a few more, hopefully, if we can get more cars, to turn them into battering rams to squish a bunch of the zombos. After we raid this place for groceries. All of this will be useful. All of it will be tasty. Not all of it will give me calories, but, you know. Ooh, good. This is all fridge stuff. Fridge stuff. So we'll get this stuff on the last trip. For now, we're gonna take all of these. What's in here? Right, some kind of... So this guy was like trying to craft bombs or something. Look at all this food. Much food. Much stuffs. Yeah. Yeah. So Raven, supposedly in future updates, they're going to add both, they're going to add, survivors and, animals. So... yeah. Wait, I saw some fresh potatoes. Stale. Where was the potatoes? Potatoes? Potatoes. Potatoes are good for things. We want potatoes. Potato. Potatoes last a long time also. We will put potatoes in there. And then as much of the food as we can. Ah! No, I didn't want to... Did I accidentally hit transfer all? I think I hit transfer all. Okay. Grab Grab one. Grab that. Okay. All we want to transfer is the food. You know, I'm sure I would get very lonely very quickly. Even as much as I say I'm a loner, I do actually spend a fair amount of time talking with y'all. I mean, I do this. You know, I have other online friends I do things with, so, like, you know? I may be a loner, but I'm not a complete loner. Yeah, I'm not, unfortunately. It's one of my, things right now. I'm kind of a miserable person. You know, it's kind of just how I am right now. As I stuff food in every nook and cranny of this particular car. Like, every seat is going to be filled with miscellaneous food. You know, yeah, I really, yeah. To be blunt, I have too much stress in my life, so I'm very much a pretty miserable person right now, unfortunately. It's just kind of how things are. You all make me feel a lot better, though, so, you know, you all being here helps me out. Having people to chat with. Aw, thank you. Oh no, I am hungry. I wonder what I will do about that. Whatever shall I do about being hungry? This is fresh burritos and pop. Those are just fridges. More stuff. I think I can leave these behind for now. It's a sack of peaches. Yeah, we don't care about those. I appreciate that. Like, I really do. You know, it's if you are getting enjoyment out of them, that is fantastic. I'm very pleased to hear it. I think I've got enough food stacked in the car now. Oh, no, I want that instant popcorn, though. So the reason I want instant popcorn is because you can make snares. And snares will... And you can bait snares with things. So you absolutely want to have... I do also want to keep a sack of potatoes around. Hey, Mina! How are you today, Mina? Hope not too bad. And another sack of potatoes. Wish I had gotten here earlier to get some of these things in the fridge before I had tortilla chips. I can make salsa. Alright, so that's all of those. Sitting here pounding on the door when they could have just walked in. Do need a saw. Duct tape is good too. Oh, this is the laundry, right? I forgot that they shared a thing. Yeah, why you say you hate your life, Mina? I mean, I can relate, but I'm just curious. Why would you need a random door onto your roof? Like, I can understand if there was something there, but... I enjoy many things about my life, but so much of it is kind of like a source of stress for me right now that it's tough. Especially, you know, money, to be blunt, money, stress, and... you know, shit going on in my life stress. But money stress mostly. Ooh, actually I do need glue. Matches... don't need those, really. I'll come back if I need them. Alright, I think this is finally rated out. I think we can grab the stuff in the fridge downstairs after I put some of this stuff in the car. We can take it home. To be blunt, Mina, that's pretty much my problem right now. I have a distinct lack of money. And since I would prefer not to, like, get to lose my home. Preferably. That's a thing that's going to have to change. Thus, the job searching when I'm not doing things for my business. Yeah. I mean, to be blunt, if I had at the very least, if I had a stable income, there would be a lot more people I'm subscribed to. At the very least. We'll just put it that way. You know, there would absolutely be more people I'd subscribe to if I had steady income. There would be, there'd be a few things as well. I need to pay attention more. I appreciate that, definitely. Hardy har, Mina. This is now the food mobile. It has all the food. Hi, Carl. Let's get as much into here as we can. And actually, let's go down and take care of that zombie problem before we... Let's go take care of that zombie problem before he decides to take out my barricades. Here, Mr. Zombie. There. Go away. I'm not gonna fight you on that one, Raven. I mean, as long as you are not, hurting your own budget, I am not going to argue any of those points. So, Mina, we're coming up to a point where I could switch over if you wanted to try the backpack battles thing. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've had the chance to do the duel. What would I be disassembling here? Disassemble a wall shower. Yeah, no, I want to... Okay, it doesn't let us clean it. Clean with it. Thought I could take a shower here. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I think I have soap somewhere. Let me see if I have soap somewhere real quick. Soap? Soap. Do I have soap? I thought I had soap. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, I thought I had soap. I guess I don't. So I'm going to have to... So I'm going to... Effectively, what I'm doing now is I'm cleaning up the character, because keeping yourself dirty actually does lead to depression in this game. And also, if you do get... Excuse me. If you get an injury in this game, and your clothes and all your stuff is all nasty, you can get infected a little bit faster. So... what I am going to do is I am going to wash the character, wash the character's clothing, and then I will probably transcribe stuff in his journal. Oh no, I am very clean. I am a very clean cat. Meow. I cannot stand feeling dirty. Feeling dirty gives me the heebie-jeebies like nobody's business. Well, I mean, I'm nasty in other ways, but when it comes to maintaining good body hygiene, yeah, no. Like, nope, you're, I am a very clean kitty. We sleep. Okay. So, Mina, did you want to try and smack me around in some backpack battles? Yeah, there was a new update. How about I really quick switch games? We will say goodbye to clone number 6. And say goodbye to Carl. We'll come down over here and say bye, Carl. Bye, Carl. And I will do a quick switch over to Recess, and we'll play a little bit of backpack battles to round things out. So we will transition to there. I'm not even going to mute my desktop because it's not that big a deal. Instead, and this should be a pretty quick switch. And we will do a little bit of backpack battles. Patches. Okay, Raven. Have a good evening. Sleep goods. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. And that was nice and easy. We are here in Backpack Battles, where we will round it out with a game or two. Getting close to the end of my night. So, but we will open this up for anyone who wants to play. I'm going to start with my preferred Berserker. Have they given any new outfits? Nope, no new outfits. I don't want the chibi outfit. We're gonna host a lobby. Leave it all standard. Alright, and create that lobby. So the lobby code is MV534J. If you would like to join me, which is probably only Mina, please do so. Whoop, whoop. Please do so. There it is. We'll give it just a little bit longer. I don't think anyone else is going to be popping in, but okay. Let us start the game. Okay, this is an interesting start. Very interesting start. I don't know if it's a good start. I would say probably not, but it's interesting. We'll take that. I got a squishy friend. Yeah, Mina, what's up? Alright, that's all I'm gonna take from there. I will be frank, I have almost never seen those wow, my brain is not functioning. I guess it's about time. It's a good thing we're winding down. The idols, the idols, the healing idols, I've honestly never seen them do amazingly. The shell totems, especially since they take stamina. Like, if they didn't take stamina, I would think they'd be more... I would be more inclined to think them as valuable. I think if they didn't use the stamina, they do. But I suppose it's hard to balance because they do give healing. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, see, I think you would have beaten me if the shell totem wasn't giving you stamina. Maybe that's just me. That's what I'm going for right now. Explosive haste will be good though, so will that. So we'll take those two. What round did I lose? I think I lost the first round, that's right. Shepherd's Crook. Interesting. Ooh, got me that time, that's for sure. Will not deny that one. I don't even know what I'm building at this point. I'm just kind of throwing things out there. We'll see, and seeing how things go. I have dragon though. We'll save that. I'd rather have this go more often. Oh wait. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, no. Ooh, you've got the impractically large greatsword. It's a great weapon if you can get enough swings fast enough. Which means my goal is to stop that, so I want to stun you as much as possible. Also means taking that to get the longsword. Reserving that, I think. Yeah, that's what I'll need. Oof. I'm not doing damage fast enough. But that's okay. We'll see what this gets me. Oh, you went with puppy build. Yay, puppy build.
Yeah.
We're not doing hard. We'll just do more stats. More stats. I want the Ripsaw Blade because I just like the katana. Like, I have no other reason other than the fact that I just like the katana. That's the reason I go for it. We'll reserve that, though. Then do that. Very soon I should rearrange my my bags a bit. Oof! That crit, though. Ouch! Okay, let's use this time to rearrange my stuff a little bit. Alright, we want you, and that. And then we need... Actually... That's the best I can do there. That's okay, because... We're going to do all of this, and hopefully that will help. There we go. This may or may not be better. Guess we'll find out. Looks like it was. I will just swing very fast and do lots of damage. That is what I will do with this build. Yeah, I like the puppy build. I just don't think it's great. On my side, it says I'm winning, interestingly enough. It says I have 9 wins. Catchy music. All right. There we go. That works. A couple more things get hit in the stunnings. And this affects more things. Yep, that's about where I'm going to sit. Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. That's better. Whew, that one was close. Very close. No, I win! It's entirely possible we're both winning, because the way this game calculates wins is interesting, to say the least. We'll just put it that way. So I will be curious about the end result screen. When we get there. There it is. There it is. I will have the katana. Do not care if the Ripsaw blade is not as good. Or is better. I want the katana. God, I love the katana. It's just so nifty. Oh, I can finally put that there. I haven't had a stamina problem, but I might as well take that. It's not gonna hurt. It's definitely not gonna hurt. Okay, so if that's no longer there, what do I put in its place? I think I put that there, and then that there? Or do I... or do that instead? And go back to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter which way I put that there. Right! I suppose I should look for things. Sure, why not? It's not gonna hurt. Oof, that one you definitively got me. That one was pretty definitive. Yeah, I will, be absolutely curious about how this game recorded the wins and losses of this round. So we shall see. I hope you're finding some good stuff in your stores, Mina. Oof. Last one. Again, I'll be interested to see what the after-action report is on this, because according to you, you won. According to me, I won. It says I got 12 wins on my screen. None of this really matters at this point. Pretty much stuck with what I got. Kind of stuck with what I got no matter what I do at this point. Yep. Alright, so according to the game, we tied the first and second round. So according to this, I got 12 wins to your 9. We both won the first. And whichever one this was, we got a couple more ties in there. So there was a lot of ties in there. Interesting. I probably have time for one more. Yeah, let's do one more. MV6B9K. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mina. I do unfortunately have other... well, we'll see how long this one runs. We'll see how long this runs. Most likely, this will be my last one, but we'll see how long this runs. When I say one more, I don't mean one more round. I mean one more full versus. I haven't played the Reaper with her original configuration in quite a while, so we're giving this one a try. In my first rounds, I just pick whatever is immediately available. I don't come up with a build strategy in the first round. The goal is just to get some stuff on the board. Get something that's going to be reasonably effective on the board. So something like this is fine when it comes to... because again, I'm not looking for optimum right now, I'm just looking for something that is functional. I took the spear, not because it's an amazing weapon. I don't expect her to have armor, but because it's just good damage right off the bat. That's the only reason I picked it. Is because it's just good damage right off the bat, and that's what we're looking for. It's just straight good damage. I don't see much change. Oh, torches. Torches are what I'm seeing. Smithing for dummies. Generate. Sure, we'll take smithing for dummies. So what Shepherd's Crook. Never done a Shepherd's Crook. I think I'll do that just because I haven't done it before. That should do. I have never built the Shepherd's Crook before. I might as well do that. You are going for Magic Torch builds. Magic Torch builds can be very, very strong if you can get the parts you need. Sort of battle. Okay. That is not as good as I thought it would be. I guess the spear is my primary damage now? Okay. Oh wait, I haven't even... Guess I'll get a couple bags this round, just to get some bags. Definitely need some stamina on your part, Mina. Alright. Okay, so given that, what can we do? It's only really affecting one thing, but at least it'll be stylish. Ooh, you got the two goobs going. All the goob. I should have taken that poison potion. Crap. Should have taken the poison potion. My fault there. We'll take that. Take that. And we're not doing this anymore. It's not our build. Not doing this anymore. And all that stuff. This is now worthless. Take that. Since I'm changing directions. Actually, let's just do that and that. Alright. This is probably not the best decision, but... We're going for puppy build. Back to puppy build. if that matters that much. Wait, no. I did that, so this would be here. And you would take advantage of that. Now I need... Ooh. Ooh. That'll work. We will try the Poison Goobert route. I haven't done Poison Goob in a long time. Poison Goob can be a ton of fun. If I can get it to activate quickly. Need the Pestilence Flask, so we will start there. I think I am going to be losing a lot more. What else do I need to do? I need to get more activation speed on this guy. Dragon might be good. I'll need one of you and I'll need to rearrange. Yeah. He's just not fast enough. Is just not fast enough. It's very difficult to do this. This kind of build has always sort of had that problem. Where need it basically be there, but it's not going to work there. That helps a bit. Your build is very good. I'm not going to deny that. Your build is quite solid. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything I can do to slow it down at this point. Stop it. You go there. Yeah, I guess that's what I have to do. Oof. I need more one-wide things. You are not helping. This side is not doing a lot for me. I should probably completely rearrange my backpack, but... which I might do next round. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got 64 poison that time. Okay, so let's see what I can do about rearranging things a bit. You need to be there or there. We need you to go fast. We need you. We need... Yeah, I can see that. Like, I'm trying to slow you down, but it's not really working. Alright, so that helps there, but... I suppose maybe a pineapple, get some thorns on me might help. Second cheese goober, it's gonna really hurt. Ugh. Yeah, I think you solidly got this round. You solidly got this match, I think. I honestly don't see what else I can do. I've got about as much health as I can get. I've got a double poison generating poison goob. My snake is generating double poison. My dagger is generating double poison and is getting affected by 2 birds. Yeah, I don't... I'm kind of stuck into building this direction. Which means I'm probably done. Which means I've probably lost the remainder of this matchup. Oof. Yeah, see, I'm good in the first half of the fight. And then the second half of the fight comes in. And it's just, I get wasted in the second half of the fight. This is the problem with poison. Poison as a damage type is just so slow. Like, it's incredibly hard to stack poison fast enough to kill it high levels. It just is. Doing all I can do, which is not much, but getting some little bit more healing, some thorns, which hurts your magic torch damage. Round 17. I am very sure at this point that I have lost. But, you know. Well, I mean, excuse me. On my side, I've only won 5 rounds, so I've lost the overall. But yeah, and when you get all the puppies, puppies win. The only thing that beats the puppy build is the dragon build, because nothing beats dragons. And we'll do that just for the sake of my last turn. And one of those just for the sake of my last turn. And then we'll see where this goes for round 18. Yeah. I do think I need to call it after this gauntlet, though, Mina. If you'd like, I will happily give you more rematches next week. But for now, yeah, I need to get some things done this evening. I also need to eat, because food is a good thing. All right, let's take a look. Yep, 5 up, and then the rest down. All the puppies just destroyed me. 5 up, 13 down. Let's actually look at what everything Mina everything Mina had. So, Cheese Goobert gives 20 maximum health and 2 random buffs. The other thing it does is that 20 maximum health is actual. Yeah, we're going to look at your build. We're going to look at your build. So, it gives 20 maximum health and 2 random buffs. What it doesn't tell you is when you gain 20 maximum health, it also gives you 20 current health. So, it's not just a 20 maximum health build. It's not just 20 maximum health. It's 20 healing. So you've got 40 healing here with every 5 activations. This one's going to activate a little bit more than this one because you've got the fruit on this side, whereas this one just has the magic torches. Magic torches, as you can see, they use mana to get more powerful. In this case, they feed each other because each time one of them procs, the other one uses a mana and gets stronger. So these two stack on each other. We've got some good mana orb building things. Once you hit 20 mana, once you get 35 mana, you get 20 random buffs. That looks like it probably was never happening because these two guys were eating up all your mana. If you have at least 10 mana, these are... Okay, so if you have at least 10 mana, you get luck. But looks like you never got there, so that's fine. Little blind never hurts. Didn't really affect me because none of my stuff is really built for hitting. I just inflict poison. And every time weapons have a 10... Yeah, so you're getting critical damage on these guys for every pet. I didn't realize we were in an ad. I would have blocked it. You also have Meneki Nico. You resist critical hits, and godly and unique items trigger 15% faster. All of the pets are godly, so all of your pets are triggering a lot faster because of the Neko. And these guys, yeah, these guys do damage, and these guys do damage, and these guys give you armor. So yeah, overall, this is it's a super strong build. It's a lot of stacking and a lot of stacking and a lot of stacking. I was attempting a poison build. Poison is honestly too slow. Yeah, you've got the bird. The bird is making things trigger a lot faster. You've got all the burb things going on. my deck was a little more my build was more scattered. And I mean, look at this. I'm still putting 143 points of damage of poison on you. Like, this build is doing a lot of poison. But poison is just so slow that it's like, oh. You know, poison is so slow. Poison only triggers every couple of seconds. So they've increased the speed of poison, but it's still not quick. So I was still doing a good chunk of damage. I just wasn't doing it fast enough. Yeah, you were at 10 HP some matches. Yeah, it was getting you low. The poison was getting you low, but with all the healing you've got going on here, with the goobs, it's no wonder I couldn't overcome your regeneration. I just couldn't. You know, let's face it, for Berserker's cheese build, if you're able to get a cheese build going, and I literally mean the item cheese, if you're able to get a cheese build going, it's really super powerful. MVP is pig. Yay, pig! Yay, pig! Pig is always fun. I would say I wish they had full stats on like how much each thing did. Let's just look at my stuff. Oop, no. Snake was not doing a lot. Yeah, I would say your build absolutely was better, but I would say Poison Goob was my MVP because my Poison Goob was definitely just slamming you with poison. I just couldn't keep up with your healing, especially with the way your puppies were dodging my spikes. Yes. On your view. $187 HP on you and 130 poison. Yep, that makes sense. From my view, at the end, you had 176 poison. So, a little bit different, but not by much. Oh, here we go. Damage dealt. Magic Torch, Magic Torch. Total damage dealt 853 over the course of the battle. These comment logs are actually pretty useful. Poison dealt... So, I did a total of 740 damage. You did 899 over the course of the battle. Spikes actually did a fair bit of damage. I didn't think Spikes was doing much contribution, but it actually was. Yeah. Okay, then. I'm going to return to title here. As I said... Yeah. As I said, I didn't notice that had those analyses. They've added those somewhat recently, so those are cool. I might look into more of those. But as I said, I do at this point have to call it here. I have to get some food in me, and I need to get some stuff done this evening. So let's see if there's a... Unfortunately, I think I just need to head out for the day. There's not really anyone doing anything that looks associated or at all interesting to me. So, I'm stinky. Meow. Meow. I smell like cat. Meow. But I will be back on Tuesday for my usual Beat Saber stuff and shenanigans. I will... Wow. Yeah, my brain is shutting down, so it's time for me to get going. I hope you had a good day. I hope today was better than yesterday. I hope you learned something today, and I hope tomorrow is better still. But until I see you next time, which again, hopefully will be Tuesday for some more Beat Saber stuffs, you have a good day, good evening, and make every day a good one. Bye-bye.